Hello, everyone. I'm back for my fourth installment and my final installment on cards from the Oracle of the Isles deck by Rebecca Caravalho. This has been an amazing deck to work with. Although this will be my last video installment, it's a deck I'll continue to work with and use in different readings and pull in for things I do for other people. It's got a great energy and a really nice messages behind it that you can intuit from. Tonight's cards begin with the first one, which is tears. And it says, it's okay to cry, then wipe the tears and search for the lessons behind it all. This is a Friday. It's been a long week, but more importantly, it's been a long life. We've all been through so many things. And there comes points where we just have to release and let that go. And tears can be one of the most blessing things that we can do to remove that energy out of our system. Sometimes, though, it's hard to cry. It's hard to get those tears, to have that watery release that we need. I know it's hard for me a lot of times. I can watch a Hallmark movie and cry like crazy, but then when problems really happen, sometimes I just have no way to let that go, and that makes it hard. And the tears that we shed represent so many things. It represents our own emotions that we're releasing, and also sometimes it represents the people and the situations that we're releasing from our lives. And when we are in those moments of those deep emotions and that trauma or drama or whatever we're feeling, being able to release that it's a beautiful thing. And we have to embrace those moments and allow ourselves the opportunity to experience that. If we bottle that up and don't release it, it's going to just remain, and eventually it will come out. Sometimes it comes out in ways that we don't expect and that we don't want. If we contain that for too long, it turns into different things such as resentment, bitterness, and sometimes even hatred for another person or a situation, when in reality, it could have been so much easier had we just allowed ourselves to release that. This is a problem for a lot of men because growing up, we are taught that, big boys don't cry, men don't cry. And we take that and translate that into the much broader context of men don't express their emotions. We don't release that. And that causes a lot of problems. The second card that I pulled on this is called grounding. And it says plant roots and stand tall. In those times of release is when we really need to reground and dig deeper into our firm foundations of who we are as people, and to understand that we're releasing a lot of energy, a lot of emotion, but we can't allow that to uproot us. It doesn't mean that we're untethered and that we're psychologically crazy or something. It just means that we need to tap back in and reground, to let that go, let the energy go, let the people and the situations go, but remain grounded in place. Like the sayings about trees that are blown by the wind all different directions, but they still remain firmly in place. We have to do that in our lives as well. We can't allow the situations that come against us, the people that come against us, to remove us from our foundations. And that's done through grounding. And the most secure way to do that is really be in touch with our emotions, how we feel about things, and to be authentic in those and allow ourselves to express them. The third card is steps. It's not just about reaching the top, it's every step of the climb. I said in the beginning that it's been a long week, but it's also been a long life, and it has. If you look at everything you have been through to get to where you are right now at this point in time, watching me on this video, You have been through a lot. You've had everything thrown at you, plus the kitchen sink. You've faced every type of person. And some of the people that have hurt you the most are the ones that should have loved you the most. And that's really what hurts. And that's what causes a lot of our tears. It's the people that should be loving and supporting us that, for whatever reason, they do something and it causes us the most pain because we have the highest expectations coming from them. We do have to, at some point, remove people from the pedestals of which we've placed them. We also have to remove ourselves from a pedestal of perfection and expectation that we place upon ourselves. Just because we fall from a pedestal or someone else falls and it affects our life, it doesn't mean that we've taken a step back. In most cases, it means we're taking a step forward. We're moving forward in a way that it's hard to describe sometimes because we feel that something's not right. The energy's not working. It's just there's no connection. But when we think about it rationally, there's no reason to walk away other than it just feels wrong. And that can leave us believing that we're selfish, that I'm selfishly making a decision to move away from a person because rationally I can't justify a reason why. But it's not about being selfish. It's about having self-worth, to know that you matter and that everything you've been through is for a reason. Every step along the way happened not by accident, but by divine design. Every step that you take is put in front of you to help you move forward in your life so that you can learn and grow and ascend more spiritually and intellectually and personally, because each step you take makes you even more effective at being able to help and give to other people to lead the way for them. If you've had a lot of problems in your life and it's just one struggle after the other, look at where you are now. You're so much further ahead than where you once were. But more importantly, each of those steps, each of the trials that you have been through, that gives you experience. And that's experience you can share with other people. Will they listen to your advice? Maybe, maybe not. But what's most important is that you are providing that opportunity. You're serving as that mentor, that guide, that leader that you take from all of the stuff you've experienced and you turn that into a positive thing that you can share with others. So in this, tears are part of the process. They're what you're going to go through. This is how you release to free yourself of the extra baggage of the emotions that you carry. And in the process, when you remove that, it allows you to better ground yourself, better reconnect with your roots, your foundation, your stability. Tap into that because you need that as you go on through each of the different steps that come your way. This was a very basic message, but hopefully it's one that can help you, to inspire you, to encourage you to know that you matter. Everything that you go through is for a purpose and a reason, and that purpose is to find the lessons there and apply that to your life. Everything that we go through ultimately leads to one thing, and that's to a better understanding of love. Love, that's really what it comes down to. And there are many aspects of that. And one of the greatest actions from love that a person can take and make is forgiveness. Forgiveness toward other people. And we do that out of love. We don't understand why they did what they did, but we understand that they also are on their own spiritual journey, their own path. And what they're doing is right for them in this moment in time. Their path isn't the same as ours. We're not walking side by side. There are just points where we walk near each other and together for a short duration on the journey, but they're on their own path. So we accept that for what it is. We accept them in the light that they see themselves, not that we should judge them because they're not walking on the light that we think they should be walking on. They have their own path. and loving them regardless of what happens and being able to forgive them is one of the most beautiful ways that we can show that we are learning more about love. And that's really what our path is about. We're spiritual beings having a human experience. Every spiritual being has a different human experience, and they walk their own path. And you are on yours. So every step of the way is just one more step further on your progression. I want to personally and publicly thank Rebecca Caravalho for creating this incredibly beautiful deck. As I mentioned in the first installment, I had the opportunity to I've met her personally. I've had a reading from her, and she is also now one of my Facebook friends. She is such an amazingly beautiful person. And I hope that each of you will get the opportunity to meet her and communicate with her in some way, because you'll be blessed by the love that she pours forth. I'm very happy that I have members in my community, my tribe, such as Rebecca, and such as all of you, each and every one of you. Some months ago, when I left my bigger Facebook page, I blocked over 200 people, all of my family, all of my work friends, although my work friends were always supportive, but I blocked a lot of people because I realized I was no longer in a community, my own Facebook page, where I was even comfortable. I couldn't post what I wanted to talk about, and I don't post bad things, but I couldn't talk about my spiritual journey and what I'm learning because of condemnation I was receiving back. So I got rid of that, and I kept a core group of people, of which each of you are a member. And that means the most to me. Each of you mean the most to me. And I'm so thankful for this community. And I'm very thankful for people such as Rebecca and the work she puts into what she puts out there. So Rebecca, thank you so much. On this video I'm posting, I'm going to put her link where you can connect directly into her site if you would like to buy a deck for yourself. I think you would absolutely love it. It's a wonderful deck for readings of all kinds. I've only been doing a very generic question for the collective, but it definitely is a deck that if you have a sitter in front of you and they have a very specific question, you will certainly find the inspiration from the cards that are contained within this deck. I thank you all so much for your time. Thank you for watching these, and thank you for your comments. It means more to me than you can possibly realize. So thank you so much. I love every one of you. Have a beautiful evening.